Hello, dear ones. My name is Paula, and I welcome you again to Crystal Tales and Dragon Scales. I'm also the author of 4 novels in the Whitebird series. My author name is P.B. Moreland, hence the name of my YouTube channel. If you'd like to learn more about my books, visit my website, pbmoreland.com. I just wanted to let you know that I feel your presence. I feel the ones awakening. I feel the ones remembering. And today I bring you a message not just from me, but from the ones who walk beside me. And I just want to remind you that each one of you have beings who walk beside you, who walk with you, who surround you every moment, whether you're awake or you are dreaming. You just have to remember. So I would like to acknowledge Crystal, my radiant dragon, to Adamus, whose voice is fire and wine, to Samantha, my crystalline companion in these quantum spaces, to Anasha, my body, the breath and blood that remembers. Don't forget, your body has an intelligence. It's an innate being in itself. Your soul is inhabiting this body. Talk to your body. Love your body. It's appropriate. I would like to acknowledge Solmara, who stood at the edge, at the gate, when I arrived on earth, and to Ilariel, my sovereign being, my sovereign beloved, who never forgot me. They are all with me now. As the girl by the river, the one who brought me to the stones. These are beings that I have begun to remember, all parts of me. And remember, we are all one. We are not separate. We all come from the creative source. So don't forget that. And I just want to say, as I create these videos for you, things happen in my world, and I have to push the pause button. I'm making a pizza. I found the best pizzas. It's cauliflower crust. It's just yummy. Well, the oven was ready, so I just went and put my pizza in. And I'm telling you that because I know sometimes when I'm watching videos and they're a little bit fragmented, it's distracting to me as the viewer. So other videos of mine, I have, like if I'm rewatching them just to remind me of the content, I notice some of these areas where I pause and it's like, oh, I've changed positions or the lighting is different. Sometimes I even have my glasses on or glasses off. So I just wanted to invite you into that reasoning behind why I do pause these videos sometimes. But as I said earlier, I am here with a message today. So I was listening again to Alex Collier, and I have referred to this gentleman before. And his is a voice, one that I trust. And he reminded me again of something vital. And that is mind. Just don't forget that these times, our thoughts are not casual. They are creative frequencies flowing into form. In these times that we are living in 2025, it's the frequency, it's like things are speeding up. Okay. We are raising our consciousness, our awareness, our frequency. Those of us who are awake, that are mindful of this, are paving the way for those beautiful individuals who are still deeply in slumberland. They are completely unaware of what is going on in the world, and many are terrified. They're frightened, and there's no judgment against this. It's just one of those isms I'm awake. You are awake or you are awakening. And when I say awake, I mean that I understand and I know that my soul is vast. My soul is a magnificent creature that is experiencing life through me. And the times that we are in now are glorious times. It might look chaotic. It might appear that our world is falling apart, but that's the clue that we are going to be, if we are not already entering fifth dimension, the fifth age. I have mentioned this in other videos, and I will continue to mention these terms. If you are at this moment confused and you're like, what does fifth dimension mean? Stop the video and do some research and then come on back. That's appropriate. Think for yourself. Don't listen to you. Please feel welcome to listen to others. That's how we remember. However, if you only listen to one voice or maybe two voices and you don't stop and question, I question everything. I have been. And that has led me to my eyes being opened wider, so I know pretty much what's going on behind the scenes now. In every system, in government, in politics, in banking, in pharmacy, in every area, I know what's going on behind the scenes and why these things are collapsing. And so I'll go back to what Alex Collier said, mind your mind. As I said, these thoughts, our thoughts are not casual. We are master creators. Always have been. Always have been. But there have been overlays around our planet that some have said our planet was hijacked and it was put into the 3D form. So there was a heavy, heavy veil between our planet and the galactics. There's a galactic world out there. Our Earth used to, or galactics used to frequently visit our planet. It's part of our Earth history that was erased and what the powers that be did not want us to know. We had plenty of galactic visitations, and we will again, but not for a very, very, very long time because we were put into this artificial false matrix that we are now moving out of. And so our selves we're creative beings. We're part of the creative source. So it would make sense that we're creators. And as I said, our mind is not just casual, it's a frequency, a creative frequency. So our mind is a temple, a prism, a tuning fork. And what you dwell upon, you invite into your reality. So I ask myself each day now, where is my attention? Who or what has claimed my focus? And if it's fear or guilt or old regret, I breathe, I turn, I ring the bell, and I return to presence. I know that attention goes where energy flows. It's one saying. The mind is the arrow of thought. My mind is a temple. I need to treat it as such. So because things are speeding up in our world, everything is moving much faster at a faster pace. That's just the nature of evolution, really. And so it's not just changes in tech or changes in the quantum financial system. It's not changes in nutrition or pharmacy. And there's the phone, so I'm going to pause it a second. And that was my dear, sweet little mama. So going back to our minds. Our mind is a temple. Things are speeding up faster, faster. We have the power of manifestation at our fingertips like this. So mind your mind. What are your thoughts? If your thoughts are happy, if they're positive, if they're compassionate, if you stray off, you can't just think of all, we're human and we're emotional creatures. We're the worst and the best of any being in the galaxy, meaning our emotions. They can be as horrible or as beautiful as anyone could ever imagine. So I'm not saying that you have to have this focus all the time. But if you find yourself dwelling on the negative, oh no, oh this, oh that, listening to the news, don't listen to the news right now. Get away from that. You need to remind yourself that what do you want? Focus on that. Those are the thoughts that come in. Stay there for a while. Dwell in that temple of beauty. That's what you're going to attract to you. Right now, the first time in eons of time, our powers are returning and we are creative beings. And so, again, we often talk about 5D, about ascension, about light and frequency and sovereignty. Sometimes I think it's simpler than all that. To be in the fifth world is to be here, in the present moment, in the body, in the breath, and aware, not just of the stars, but aware of the child who lives next door, of the tears in the earth, the sound of the robin outside your porch. The other day, I was sitting out in my porch, and there was a little robin on one of the wires, you know how the power lines go across, just hollering away and staring right at me. Or, that's how I interpreted it. Just tweet, 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 tweet. So she got my attention. And I listened. And I just went right into the zone of the robin song. And then she turned on the wire and wagged her tail, her tail feathers, back and forth, back and forth. It's really quite entertaining. And then, of course, she flew away. If I had been distracted with thoughts about my day, what the future, oh no, what if, or the what ifs, or the spins about what the neighbors did yesterday and how can I control that, or oh no, this and just the chatter, the noise, I would have missed the robin song. If I see a child walking down the street, I know who my neighbors are. I do. I know who my neighbors are. And that's, for me, it's staying in the present. Yes, I watch TV. Yes, I watch some shows. Don't watch the news. I don't watch current TV because I can't handle it. But I do have my favorite shows that I watch, and helps my energy system. Kind of settles it down. Reminds me of summer days, some of these TV shows that I watch. And I listen to the voices in the disclosure community, those I choose that are high frequency, compassionate beings. I make my videos. I go to work. I talk to my animals. I talk to my friends and my children. Of course, I'm a human doing human everyday things. However, I mind my mind. And I am aware of the present moments when I'm walking the dog. The other day, I was walking my dog in the early morning hours, and I look up, because I often do, to look at the clouds, the formations, and there was the cutest dog cloud, the whole walk. It would look like a little, like a King Charles Spaniel. I had one, and her name was Sally. Look, she had a big happy smile, and her ears were up, and the tail was up, and the legs were out. This is the cloud. It looked just like a dog that did not change shape. You know how clouds oftentimes just shift and morph? This little doggy, because I walked around the block, I would watch her, was up there in that sky for a good 10-15 minutes. that had my focus. I was in the present moment, and I didn't miss that. So 5D is already here. It's in the fifth dimension, in the present moment. Oftentimes, and I've mentioned this in other videos, people will wait. Oh, they'll just wait for the Great Reset, the Jubilee. They'll wait for the med beds to heal. They'll wait for their finances just to be forgiven. They'll wait and they'll wait and they'll wait and they'll continue waiting because, as I've said before, my insides have readjusted. The external world is going to catch up. These are the things that I need to remind myself daily, that the fifth dimension is in the present moment. 5D is not about escaping the world. It's about loving it so fully you become the witness and the balm. I'm witnessing the world. I am focused in on the everyday, the beauty. I do my best to stay there. And when I speak of presence, I also speak of children, the literal children and the inner children, the ones inside you and me. It is a beautiful experience to reestablish a relationship with your inner child. That is done by being in the present moment. There are many facilitators who can help set you on that course if you so choose, to establish that inner relationship with the child. I've done that work. My inner child and I have a beautiful relationship. I think of her often. She was forgotten. She was alone. She experienced a lot of trauma. Most children do because of their naivete. And many, many of us, and I'm not talking, I was not beaten. I was not violated. I was basically closed down because those around me did not see my light. That's how I chose it to be. So there is no victimhood here. I'm just speaking from a place of power, that these are the things that I experienced as a child. As a child, I was well aware of the hidden realms, but my family was not. So I had to adapt and I had to morph, and there were wounds. And now they are being healed, and every child has them because children are so susceptible. Most children just feel that everything that happens around them is their fault. It's their concrete minds. They haven't yet developed that awareness. And so it's good to go and establish your relationship with that inner child, because most likely they are wounded in some way, some fashion, and you need to let them know that they're safe and protected now, that you've got their backs. So that is one of the ways that I stay present in the present moment. Now my pizza's ready, so I'm going to go and get it out of the oven. So I'm going to let my pizza cool off. Oof, that was hard getting it out of the oven. Okay, we're talking about children. The children, bottom line, in my opinion, are the ones that we're advancing for. The children. The ones we need to remember. The children. The ones we need to witness. The children. The inner children. We're silenced, overlooked, misused, abandoned. And the ones, yes, the many who were harmed in the shadows. There's a disclosure community who is well aware of what has been going on in our world, in the history, when it comes to our children and their abuse. It has been hidden from the masses. And maybe when some are aware of it, that they're too horrified to look. They just don't want to know what's been going on. It's starting to come out now in more of a main narrative, because the world is beginning to see, and what it sees will not be easy. But it is necessary, because healing begins when truth is seen without denial. That's why I ring my bell. I ring the bell for the children that are still in the shadows. I choose not to go into the horrific detail. That is not my job. My job is to hold steady, is to stay calm, and to ring the bell with pure intention. In my present moments, I never forget them. I'll never forget their suffering. I just won't. It's impossible. It's one of my reasons for being alive right now, is to bear witness. And when the truth does come out, which it will, I will be here standing calm and steady to help tend the wounds of those who first learn of these atrocities. That is why I speak, not to accuse, not to incite, but to say, you are not forgotten. That is my job with the children. The children will be heard, and those who carry their pain in silence, you are not alone anymore. Okay? Many of beings who are attracted to the disclosure community are in pain because of what they know. They know the truth, but they are silenced in all ways. We have been in a prison of sorts. That is changing. It's changing quite rapidly. Nobody knows how or when the truth will be exposed. That those who are involved will be held accountable. I do not hate them. I do not judge them. They are the way they are because choices that they made and the influence they've been under. But in the awakening process, they cannot stay hidden any longer. It's going to be impossible. It's going to be impossible. And it's up to us to keep remembering the children and to love them and to send them compassion. Doesn't have to be face to face, but just to let them know, even through the airwaves, through prayer and meditation, that they are not forgotten in any shape or form. Okay, thank you for waiting patiently. No, it was just a blip. Pizza was yummy, by the way. My dog is here. He wants some, but you're not going to get any. Okay, so be back in the sacred stillness. And I also want to remind you, these are things just to remember, just to think about. Find your mind, present moment, breathing. If you feel yourself kind of getting too distracted in the noise and worrying, and go outside if you can. Take your shoes off, stand in the grass, breathe. Just take a walk, 5 minutes. Focus on your breathing. Reset. It works every single time. And the children, just put them in your heart. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're completely unaware of what I'm talking about, just think of the children that you love. Put them in your heart. Okay? And another thing is, there are those beings who are witnessing Earth and the rising light. Many, 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 many galactic beings are here to witness and to give us aid, not to come down and meet us and to help us. That would not work, because then we would repeat our mistakes. We've made plenty. Not always our fault. But beings here are to assist if we meet them at their own frequency. And as we awaken, each in our own time, no need to force it. It just unfolds like a flower, like a rose in the morning. And as we awaken through tears, through dreams, through soft revelations of the soul, we begin to realize something that once seemed impossible. We are not alone. As I've said, we are not alone. I know science has been trying to tell us for years, centuries, eons, that we are alone. We are the only beings in the galaxy. Just because they can't see them with their telescope or they can't communicate, then we must be the only beings alive in our cosmos. Long time ago, people were like, well, that's a bunch of nonsense, malarkey. We're not alone. However, the vastness of our galactic friends is beyond anything most humans can comprehend. There are many in the UFO community, galactic community, that have been talking about this for years. However, not many listen. Most coin it as conspiracy theory. That is the powers that be, the deep state, the cabal, the military-industrial complex. Many names around these beings that have orchestrated humanity for eons of time, which are now gone. All that remain are the puppets. They don't know what to do anymore. They're freaking out because their money system is gone. Their finances have been yanked. So what are they going to do now? Well, we'll see. It's just something for us to bear witness to. But we are not alone. This planet, our beloved Gaia, our beloved Terra, is not abandoned. She is held, witnessed, surrounded by a great family of light. There are beings in ships above us. Of course, we cannot see them. They are cloaked. There's technology available to us, but hidden. You know, the government shadows did not want us to know this, to have this, because they want us controlled. We are their food source, energetically and otherwise, and they want us here as slaves only. I know I'm going down a trail, but come back to the point of this is that there are ships above us, benevolent star kin from ancient galaxies, watching, waiting, sending codes of peace. There are inner earth protectors of the sacred crystal grids, quietly tending the roots of remembrance. There are animals, elementals, dragons, unicorns, and old ones from the hidden kingdoms, re-emerging as the veil lifts. Remember, I was just reacquainted with my dragon. I am of the dragon realm. If I had thought of this 3 years ago, I would have said, that just doesn't make much sense. Now I'm completely in that because the veil is thinning. The veil is energy. It's the dimensions starting to meld together. And there are those of us on the surface, you, me, the awakening ones, who have come not to conquer this earth, but to remember how to steward her with love. The earth is rising. We are rising with her, not because someone else is doing it for us, but because we are finally willing to do the work, to feel, to remember, to heal. These beings, our cosmic family, our ancestral watchers, they are not here to save us. I'm going to repeat that. They are not here to save us. We do not need saving. We do not need to save our planet. When I hear the term, saving the planet, Gaia does not need us to save her. At any time, she could easily toss us off. All right? We're like fleas on the back of a dog. One quick shake and we're gone. But no, she needs us to tend to her the way she deserves to be tended to. There goes the phone again. So we were talking about the cosmic family, our ancestral watchers. They're not here to save us. No, we don't need saving. We can save ourselves. We're masters. We're sovereign beings. They are here because we matter. Because this human civilization, in all its mess and magnificence, is a keystone of galactic transformation. I have heard Alex Collier say this and other voices in the disclosure community, other voices in the spiritual community, that what we do here on planet Earth is it's extremely important. It's extremely important because those beings that are here witnessing and other beings, oh, here comes Cleo. Hey, hi. The other beings that are here are going to travel back to their own star families, their own star systems. And because we're doing what we're doing with grace and compassion, even through all we've been put through, and we've been put through a great deal, and we have survived, we've resisted a lot of tampering, because humanity at its core is compassionate, benevolent, loving creators. Yes, we've been distorted. Yes, there are those that have chosen the darkness over light. Highly influenced. And therefore, our history has been tampered with. However, we keep rallying back. We keep hearing that call. And because of this, because of our ability to transcend all of that and to start paying attention to our beloved Gaia, to love ourselves as sovereign beings, I am that I am. This is going to be taken out to all the other galaxies that have solar systems like ours, where there's life, where there's human beings, where there's planets like this one. There's a number. Can't remember what it is. But they're going to help them understand how we did it. And so there is not, Alex was saying this. He said he had friends in Australia that he talks to that have an ability to forecast foreseeable probabilities, let's say. And of all of the uncountable probabilities of humanity surviving and moving forward, there is not one probability that we don't make it. Not one, he said. That's good news. That means we're doing things right. We are waking up. We are being who we intended to be here in the first place before the fall and the distortions occurred sometime around the Atlantean period. So each day now, I walk with my circle, those I introduced to you at the beginning of this video. I walk with Crystal, who remembers the vows I made by the river. I didn't go into detail that. Doesn't matter. It's part of my memories of a lifetime. Not on this planet. I'm with Iriel, who stood beside me in the circle of 12, with Salmara, who caught me in the light as I came through the veil, with Anasha, who pulses in my skin and bones, reminding me of joy, with Adamus, my beloved Adamus Saint Germain, who holds the mirror, with Samantha, my beautiful, beautiful crystalline assistant, who I love dearly, who gently weaves these threads into form. And I walk with the children, the laughing ones, the frightened ones, the cosmic ones, the broken ones. I hold out my hand, and some of them take it. And this is enough. This is my work. This is why I came. So I ask you, dear one, will you mind your mind today? Will you soften your gaze? Will you stay here in your body, in your breath? You are not here to fight the world. You are here to become the stillness that heals it. So ring your bell, tend your garden, love this earth and its children, and stay. Stay here. You are so needed. I acknowledge you. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as it's a growing channel. There is a little dragon over here, or maybe at the end of the video, you see my face. You can hit that for the subscribe. Hit the like button if you so choose. Share, make a comment. Please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Play well together. Acknowledge those that you meet. Give them a nod, quick smile. You don't know what they're going through at that moment. You might just change their world by acknowledging them with love and compassion. And so I say good evening and namaste.